Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Julie Atkins and I will be your instructor for our course. I'm really looking forward to getting to know each and every one of you. I live in Richmond, Virginia. We are centrally located so you can reach the beach, the mountains, and Washington, D.C. in about 2 hours. Richmond has a great history and it's evident in the city with its historic monuments and fan row housing located closer to downtown. We also have the beautiful James River that runs right through the city. I was actually the first person in my family to attend college. My father is actually an immigrant from Greece and he stopped going to school after the age of 15. And my mother attended a few classes in college, but unfortunately never graduated. So it was a pretty big deal when I received my first college diploma. For my undergraduate degree, I attended the College of William & Mary in Williamsburg, Virginia, where I actually earned a BA in economics. At the time, I didn't know that I wanted to be an educator. The picture here is of the infamous Wren building, which was the first building of William & Mary, and it was built back in 1693. It actually was burnt down to the ground and then reconstructed to its original state. And one of the great traditions at William & Mary is that when you arrive there for your first year, you go through the Wren building doors through the front, and then when you graduate, all the graduates congregate towards the back, and we enter through the back to the front. And on the way there, we get to ring a bell, which is pretty cool, a really neat tradition. William & Mary was actually the second college in America, the first being Harvard, but go Tribe. After I completed my undergraduate degree, I got a job as a financial analyst for Kroll in Atlanta, Georgia. So I moved from Richmond, about 8 hours away, to Atlanta, which was a bit of a shock for me since Atlanta's a much bigger city than Richmond. But for this job, I was tasked with investigating white-collar crime, and essentially I figured out how really rich people were stealing money, and I would create the spreadsheets for lawyers. It really was an interesting job, but I hated sitting in a cubicle all day, and I didn't really find it rewarding. So I packed up my stuff and I moved back home to Richmond, Virginia, and I went to Virginia Commonwealth University, where I earned my master's degree in teaching, and then I became an elementary school teacher. That same year of teaching, I decided to pursue my doctorate at Capella University, and I earned my PhD in education. So like you all, I was an online learner at one time as well, and working a full-time job and taking care of a family, I knew that online learning was the only way that I would be able to accomplish my goals of receiving my doctorate. So I know that many of you share the same feelings in wanting to earn that degree, but trying to find that balance between work, life, and school. So know that you're in good company, and I will be with you every step of the way to ensure that you are successful. Before moving to higher education, I was an elementary school teacher, and I taught 5th grade for 2 years and 4th grade for 4 years. 4th grade was actually my favorite grade to teach. I ended my career at the elementary level as a mathematics coach, supporting teachers and implementing best practices, and then also providing students support, whether it was for remediation or for the gifted learners. The picture here is one of my 5th grade students back when I was an elementary school teacher, who I was fortunate enough to also teach in 4th grade. But now she is actually a college student, which makes me feel a little bit old. I'm fortunate to be part of Ashford's full-time faculty, where I serve as an assistant professor in the Master of Education program. And I absolutely love working here and getting to know all my students. And one thing I love is that I'm always learning new things from you all. And then, as I had stated earlier, my father was an immigrant from the island of Crete, Greece. He actually left his home at the young age of 15 to serve as a merchant marine, and at the age of 17, he made his way to America. And for those of you who have seen my big fat Greek wedding, you have a small glimpse into what my life was like growing up. The top picture is actually a picture of my father's village where he grew up, and the arrow is pointing to the house that he grew up in. He was one of 9. And then I was very fortunate as a kid to go almost every summer to visit family, but I haven't been back since I was 18 years old. So it's been quite some time since then. I'm hoping to get there soon to visit family and bring my kids and husband there to meet the many cousins and aunts and uncles that I have. And then here are some pictures from our latest summer family vacation, which was by far one of the best trips ever. On our way to Maine, we stopped in Boston to catch a Red Sox game at Fenway Park. And then we headed the next day to Acadia National Park in Maine in the Bar Harbor area, where we just disconnected from all things electronics. It was wonderful. We did lots of hiking. The kids were quite exhausted from all that hiking. You can see in the picture they're just laying down. So we did our jobs as parents, and we got our kids really tired. But I will say they were such troopers because one of those days we actually woke them up at 4 a.m. to go catch the sunrise off of Cadillac Mountain, which was absolutely breathtaking and so worth waking up early in the morning. I will say when we got back to our cabin, we took a little extra nap during that day. But my son also loves to fish, and my husband and him went on a fish tour, and he was able to catch many fish, one in particular, an 8-pound cod. So you can see the picture there. He was super excited. And then my daughter and I actually went on a whale tour, and we got to see humpback whales up in the Canadian waters, which was a really, really cool experience. But overall, it was just a great family trip, and as always, I love spending time with them. And so as I come to a close, I want to leave you all with an inspirational quote. Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. I just want you all to know that I am here to support you in any way that I can to help you reach your academic potential. If you are willing to meet me halfway, then I know together we can do great things. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can email me, call me, text me, whichever method you find easiest. If you need any kind of further clarification on assignments, or perhaps you just need some encouragement, I will be there for you because my goal is to help you be successful in this course. I look forward to working with you all over the next 6 weeks, and I will see you in the discussions.